products and on the activity series. And after we do that, we're ready to test. My best guess is it's about the time of the benchmark, and given we're sort of an entity unto ourselves, our benchmark may very well be this test because nobody really checks up on me. So we may just cheat, particularly given this quarter's a little shorter. We might need the day. So we may just put our regular test where it needs to be. All right.
So that's Wednesday or?
One day next week. Yeah. Possibly Wednesday. It won't be the day. What day did I tell you the assembly was?
Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday, I think. It won't be that day. Because that day, first and second, will be short. All right. Oh, we got to go over homework. Because that's on single displacement before we do double displacement. Let me minimize that. Homework. Single displacement.
Got no better.
All right, there are the answers. See how you get on 1 through 4.
Oh, well.
I'm all right. We're not checking together, just changing out pens.
Wait, did you
I'm changing up this plan.
Okay.
I would read some online apparently.
All right. So are we getting them right? Getting them wrong?
Getting them wrong, Swall.
That is not good. I just forgot to balance. Okay, I can live with I forgot to balance.
I'm not getting all of them wrong, but I just got the first one wrong.
Okay. What was bothering you about the first one?
Hold up. Let me finish checking so I can evaluate.
What was that?
Little.
The first one. Let's see if I wrote it wrong. I did. Why wouldn't it be?
It's okay.
Why wouldn't it be what?
NA. The oxidation number on Cl is -1, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I did wrong.
Did you make it -2?
Yeah.
Common mistake.
I did everything else.
All right. Anything we need to talk about? Anything? So everybody's good on 1 through 4. Yes, my dear.
The last one, why isn't it a O3?
Why was it what? 03? Because you brought the 3 from this side, right there, to that side. This has a +1 and a -2. So the 2 comes down and the 1 comes down. So that will not have a 3 there. You can't bring this 3 to that side. Okay? Anybody else? Question? No? Okay. I'm just going to minimize this for the time being because we will need it. And pull that back up. All right. So we're going to talk double displacement. So for those of you who like titles, now we're going to do predicting again. We're going to do it with double displacement. Now, the nice thing about double displacement is it works just like single displacement. Except, what are we not going to have? It's different.
Element.
No elements. So are you gonna have to figure out if anybody gets a subscript to 2? No. Everybody's gonna do what? Crisscross. So it makes it easier for people who are struggling with, do I get a 2? Do I not get a 2? Because nobody gets a 2. Everybody crisscrosses. So there are no steps to have to write down. Okay? You wrote the steps yesterday. All the steps are the same. So, if you have something like PB CL4 plus MN 2O5. All right? And this is your equation. How do you know that it's double displacement?
There's 2 compounds.
Exactly. Okay? As soon as you look at this, in your head, you say it's 2 compounds, so you know that that means double displacement. Because remember, by the end of class tomorrow, we will have done all 5, so what will the bottom of the board say we're going to do? What will the bottom of the board say we're going to do when we've done all 5?
Mix.
We're going to mix all 5. Today it only says we're going to mix 3 because we've only learned how to do 3, so we're only mixing the first 3. But tomorrow we're going to mix all 5. So when you see this compound plus that compound, in your head you've got to go, that's double displacement. Just like last night, you saw an element plus a compound, you've got to be able to say that's single displacement. Because when they're all mixed, am I going to tell you which one's which? No, I'm not. You have to figure that out. Okay? So, what were the steps that you're going to do first once you know it's double displacement?
Crisscross.
Oxidation numbers. Hold back on that one yet. We need the oxidation numbers. So, what is lead's oxidation number?
4.
How'd you know it was a 4?
Because there's a 4 at the bottom.
There's a 4 at the bottom there. Okay? If you look up lead, it says +2 and +4. Okay? Lead has a +2 and a +4 on the sheet. So we know it's a 4. So you could have argued that Michaela's answer was right, except we're backwards crisscrossing to find out lead's a 4. Okay? So that's a +4. All right? What's chlorine?
-1.
-1. All right? What's Mn?
+5.
+5. What's oxygen?
-2.
-2. Now, here's the thing about double displacement that's different from single displacement. In single displacement, you had to figure out which one did you have 2 of. Did you have 2 positives or did you have 2 negatives? In double displacement, you have 2 of each. You can choose. Do you want to switch the 2 positives or do you want to switch the 2 negatives? I don't. You can either switch.
I know,
The
but
2.
that doesn't, that's weird.
It's the way it is. Choose. My suggestion to you, particularly for those of you who are struggling, pick one or the other and always do the same. Okay? When I was in high school, I liked the positives. I switched the positives. I'm going to turn 50 next month. Which one do I still switch at almost 50? I still switch the positives. It's the way I've always done it. It's the way I still do it. Can I switch the negatives? Yes, I can. But 9 times out of 10, my fallback is still to do the what? The positives. Pick one and always go with it. All right? If you see the negatives in your head, sort of like those pictures, you know, the ones that can see 2 different pictures. Then I'm like, oh yeah, I see that now. Otherwise, I'm just like, nope, I only see 1 picture. So if your brain works, so you can automatically,
I like the positive.
whatever. All right. So you said positive. That means MN's going over here and PB is going over there. But if you saw the negatives, switch the negatives. It works the same way. So MN is coming over here. So MN's going to be who now? CL. So MN is with CL, and that means that PB is going over here with O. Okay? Now again, when you finish, a positive has to be with what other kind of element?
A negative.
A negative. You can't put 2 positives together and 2 negatives together. Now, the beauty in double displacement is everybody has to do what on this side? They all have to crisscross. Nobody's diatomic. So look here and get your numbers. Plus 5, minus 1, plus 4, minus 2. 5 comes down, 1 comes down. What do you notice about 4 and 2?
They could be reduced.
Very good, Zyra. They can be reduced. So 2 and 4. What are you going to do to the 2 and the 4?
Reduced.
So I'm going to make it a what and a what?
A 1 and a 2.
A 1 and a 2.
So why did I just write it?
If you forget to reduce, it will mess up your balancing and I will take half. And Michaela and I will no longer be good friends. Because she'll be mad at me.
I will not do such a thing.
Okay. But you have to reduce. Is there one on the quiz that had to be reduced?
CH.
No, the C4010 should not have been reduced.
Okay, good.
If I write a formula like that, don't tamper with it.
Also on the quiz, whenever you have two of the same number, you don't bring them down.
That's right. Cancel them out. And there was one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been working with that. All right. So what do we want to balance first?
Wait, I don't even have it written down.
Oh, I wait on you to write it down. Okay. Does everybody have it written?
Let's see.
All right. So Elijah said CLs. So how many CLs are here?
5.
How many are here?
I mean,
Okay.
4 and 5.
Or
Sorry.
So we're going to put a what here
A 5.
and a what here? Okay. So that means how many PBs?
5.
So we're going to put a what here?
5.
Okay. We made how many O's?
10.
So how are we going to make 10?
2.
Okay. We made how many MNs?
4.
How many MNs?
4.
Fabulous. And we made how many CLs?
20.
20. How many CLs?
20.
Fabulous. Any issues with the balancing or the writing of the equation? Do you feel good about how we did that? Because I wanted to do one with polynomial constants. Samatra's going, no. What's bothering you, Sumatra? The balancing or the writing? The balancing? You want me to erase and do it again?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you tell me what to pick to start with. What? Okay, how many CLs? How many CLs? So what are we going to do if we got 4 here and 5 there? Put it here. We can't get 5. We can't get 4. So what are we going to do? Okay, so how do you get 20? Okay, how do you get 20? All right, so what are you going to balance once you put those numbers there? What? I just can't hear you. You could be right, but you got to talk loud if I can hear you. PBs, how many PBs?
5.
Okay. How do I get 5 there?
5.
Okay. How many O's did you make?
10.
How do you get 10?
5.
Okay. Hold on a second. What's 5 times 5? That's why we don't put a 5 there. Okay. They don't add, they multiply. You made how many O's? Okay. You want 10 O's. You can't put a 5 there because you made 25. So how do you make 10 O's? 2. All right. How many MNs did you make?
4.
How many MNs are there?
4.
You're done.
Oh, I think.
Okay. Anybody else? Question on the equation of the balancing? All right. Let's do one with the polynomial guy.
Oh, and on the thing, on the quiz, like when there is one, like when it's decomposition, and don't you have to distribute the subscript into the parentheses?
If you're trying to balance and it's
Yeah.
not a polynomial guy on the other side, yes.
Okay.
All right, got it written? All right, so what are we going to do first? Because they're not all going to come to you in symbols.
Write them in symbols.
Okay, so how do we write iron 3 nitrate?
Fe3 something.
So where's the 3 go?
Oh wait, on the other side of the sulfate.
Okay, so it's got to go to the top, right? It's an oxidation number. All right, what's sulfate? SO4 with a what? With a 2. So what am I putting around the SO4?
3.
Parentheses. All right, so the 2 comes down, the 3 comes down. Plus, how do I write calcium nitrate?
C.
Ca. Okay, what goes at the top? Okay, what is it?
+2.
Plus 2. All right, what's nitrate? NO3. -1. All right, so what do I do now?
Crisscross.
So 1 comes down, 2 comes down. I really ought to write that smaller. That's a little big.
Oh, I thought you were reading.
All right, that might fit a little better. I think that's a little big, but. All right, so what are we going to do?
Switch the positives.
All right, so if I switch to positives, that means that, all right, Fe's going there, Ca's going there. So that means what? Tell me what I'm going to get.
CaSO4.
Okay, so Ca's with the SO4. Let me write that. Now, notice before I write the second product, what's the only number I brought with me?
The one in the
The
poly.
The one inside the parentheses, that polyatomic ion 4 gets to come. So this 2 and this 3, do they get to come across? Only that 4. Okay? So, what's my other one?
Plus FeNO3.
Okay, and again, same thing. The 3 on the inside gets to come because it's part of the polyatomic ion. That number outside the parentheses has to stay. It cannot come across the arrow. Is everybody okay with why the 4 and that 3 inside get to come? Okay. Now, what do we do once we've made the switch? Oxidation numbers. All right, so again, that's why I have them written right here, so it's easy for me to find them. So Ca is a +2, sulfate's a -2, iron's a +3, nitrate -1. So what's going to happen?
Rewrite it. Okay.
What's going to happen to these 2? They're going to cancel out. So what am I not going to do?
Not put the things on.
I'm not even going to bring them down, because if I bring them down, what's likely to happen?
You'll confuse yourself.
I'm going to forget to cancel them. All right, and then a 3 and a -1, I bring my 3 down. All right, so if I rewrite all this, and I'm keeping my parentheses because it makes it easier to balance. Okay, how many FEs we got, Franco? Okay, so we got 2 FEs. So what are we putting here?
2.
Okay, how many nitrates did I make?
6.
I get 6.
3.
Okay, how many calciums did I make?
3.
So am I putting here?
3.
How many SO4s did we make?
3.
How many we got?
3.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Questions? Feel okay about double?
Yep.
It's just like single. If you could do your homework last night, this is easier. Because you don't have to figure out if anything's diatomic. You're crisscrossing everywhere. Okay? Now, the second thing we're going to do today is combustion, and then we're going to practice. Combustion, I think, is the easiest because you already know the answer. Yes, you do. What do combustion reactions make?
And water.
Now, does everybody have what they need?
Yes.
All right. So combustion, we talked about yesterday. So what? Yeah, those were double displacement. Double displacement predicting, Xavier. All right. Combustion we talked about yesterday is a hydrocarbon plus oxygen. So you have to recognize it. This is the hard part for most people, is recognizing it. So if you have, let's say, I use the quiz, C6H14 plus oxygen.
Please tell me that was combustion.
It was.
Okay.
So when you look at this, people look at it and they go, if they don't automatically recognize combustion, they look at it and go, that's an element in a compound. So if they say it's an element in a compound, what do they think it is? So then they think, okay, single displacement. And let me show you what they do wrong. And this is where you should start to think, something is hinky here and I must be wrong. So they go -2. And then they look up hydrogen and it's got a +1 and a -1. And they're like, okay, -1. Have we done any hydrogens that are -1? No, we haven't. And then they look up carbon and they're like, I think it's got a 14. Miss Walls said we weren't going to have any oxidation numbers that are 14. She said the biggest one we'd have was what? 7. Carbon don't have a 7 on the sheet. Miss Wall, what's the oxidation number? It's got like a 2 and a 4. So you start thinking, maybe it's a 4. Okay, I'll put a +4. These numbers don't look right. Then you start thinking, okay, well, I'll switch them. And I'll put C with O and H. And then you start trying to figure out how to make it work. All right? The numbers don't work. So that should start to tell you something is wrong with this whole single displacement process. So when you get stuck there, stop and reevaluate. Is it really single displacement when you can't figure out the oxidation numbers? No. I would not give you something that you can't find the oxidation numbers for. Okay? I think I said this in the second period the other day. If the idea was to give you a quiz or a test you couldn't pass to prove I know more chemistry, that would be stupid. I already know I know more chemistry than you do, so there's no point in doing that. The idea is to give you stuff you can pass and do well, make hundreds on because it makes me feel good, okay? It makes me feel like I taught you something. So I want you to do well, all right? So when you see a hydrocarbon plus oxygen, you should know it's what kind of reaction.
Combustion.
So as soon as you know it's combustion, what are the two products?
Water and yep.
So you write CO2 plus H2O. Or you could have written it H2O plus CO2. It doesn't matter the order.
We're supposed to leave it like that on quiz, right?
Yes,
Okay.
just like that. Now, you could have written H2O plus CO2 and it would have been A-OK too. Okay? But that's the answer.
Balance?
Wow.
Now you just balance.
Oh,
That's all I'm saying.
I thought you left it like
No.
that. I was like,
Okay, no. But that's it for finding the product. You don't have to crisscross. You don't have to add 2s. We're done. So, to balance. Were we okay on balance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one I said so long.
What, balancing?
The hydrogen oxygen. I don't know why.
yeah, that one took me forever too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that wrong.
Oh my gosh.
19.
That's not
answering the quiz. From the quiz was 16.
Oh, did I give you a different one?
Oh, yeah, it said C4H.
H10.
Oh, it was H10. Oh, I gave you a different one. This wasn't the one from the quiz.
I was like,
I gave you a different one from the quiz. Sorry. Okay.
I was concerned.
But that's how you do combustion. So it doesn't matter which one I give you. So if I give you like C5 H5H12 plus oxygen, you recognize it's combustion again, right? So what are the two products? And this time I'll write it backwards. So H2O plus CO2. It doesn't matter the order. I'm just saying it doesn't matter the order. As long as both products are there, you can flip the products if you like. Some people will flip them and it's fine. Yes, ma'am. All you do is write those two products. Correct.
So what was the answer?
I don't remember. It'd have been a 2.
It was like 13, 8, and 10.
That sounds right.
Okay.
That sounds right. Okay? But combustion is that simple. The problem is people don't recognize it. Okay? Are you with me?
Yeah.
All right. Say what now? No. I will tell you how you recognize it. The numbers are even. If it's an odd, you will not need the 2.
Need the 2 where?
At the beginning.
Oh.
For those of you who can remember that, that's the secret.
So what?
Needing the 2 at the front.
Success.
Oh, is that the thing where you said put it 2 in front and makes it all even?
Yes. Correct.
All right.
All right. Write those down.
Oh, that was all we needed for combustion?
That's it.
Oh, this big title.
I told you, combustion's not hard. All right, write these 5 down. We're going to do these 5 and a few more on the sheet from last night. Okay, so write them down. I think I need to send this to print after y'all wrote them down.
Print.
Yeah. I can't scan it to the website unless I print. I've tried taking pictures, it does not work. I've given up on that.
What is funny? Someone got hit with a car.
You what? What's wrong with that?
Someone who lives by me got hit with a car.
Oh.
Say what?
Okay, you think he like you got tapped with the car and he shot on his car dog. He was having to do, he just said the truth. Then he got hit.
Somebody got hit with a car and dropped their dogs?
They're corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
I saw it before he got hit. He was playing with a ball with his 2 corn dogs in his hand. And I go outside, he's on the floor crying with both his corn dogs on the floor. And you just thought about this? Yeah, I'm ready to go home and that's another little boy.
And you're like, maybe it's holding.
How old was the little boy?
He was little. He was like, when was that little? I think he's like in elementary school.
When did this happen?
Like last week.
Wait.
I'm
No.
worried about you.
It was the new little one.
Raylene, have you answered all 5?
By a car, that's terrible.
Put your phone up. By the answer. Guys, once you wrote them down, I meant for you to find the answer. Woo! Okay, I didn't mean just copy them down and then play on your phones. Okay? I meant find the answers to the 5. Okay, the reason I had you write them down though was I didn't know if we might not finish them by 9:55.
Where is SB?
It's Antimony.
Oh, yeah.
Now, has everybody finished so I can
No.
print? I'm just talking about so I can print. I have to take it off full screen to print.
Yes.
Okay.
I know I got that.
You got the which one wrong?
Well, how to do sorting out. I need to know 213, but
So we're just writing them, we don't have to balance? Oh, wait, yeah, we
You always have to balance.
Never. Did we do single displacement like the other day? We did.
Yesterday.
Dang it. Oh my god. That's funny. Oh, dang it.
Like you send me your note. You send me your note. No one, I can see this place. See this place. Oh, no. I'm talking the combustion,
Where is this thing set to go?
Oh,
No. The annex room.
Oh, I'm
Thank you.
so. Oh. Wait a.
All right, for homework.
Thanks.
I want you to do those 5.
Yeah.
And on the back side of last night's homework, I want you to do the odds. Okay? So find last night's homework. You're doing the odds. So 1 through 5 and the odds. Negative 2. Switch to the yellow note. Yep. It's negative. You're all doing the 5 is on the board.
There's no backside, there's no.
Oh, hold on. I must not have put it on the back. I must have done a separate page. Sure enough, I made it a separate page. I must have been wasteful. I was really wasteful. I used 50 sheets of another sheet of paper. Which means I was terrible when I was trying to use copy.
Do the odds on those?
Yeah, you're doing the odds on this piece of paper. It's 1 through 10, so it'll be 1 through 9 odd, and then 1 through 5.
Wait.
You're just doing the odds on these, and then 1 through 5.
Oh, no.
You're doing 1 through 9 odd on the ones I just handed you, and 1 through 5 that was on the screen. The 1 through 9 odd are just single and double. There's no combustion in them.
We gonna have a quiz tomorrow?
Huh?
For a quiz.
Yeah, if you already finished those 5, then you only have the odd. There's no quiz tomorrow, because we have not learned synthesis and decomposition. So the next quiz would combine all 5, and we're not there yet.
Okay.
And if you still have, nope, everybody's returned calculators. It's a miracle.
I don't know where my calculator is.
You lost it?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?